Well, howdy, folks. What we're doing today is I'm taking you on the Alpine Loop. This is the ride that I take to charge my batteries. Got a little bit of sprinkling going on, which is kind of cool. Baseball license plate. That's kind of cool. Got to turn on a little air conditioning because it's warm. This is the back side, or the west side of Alpine. Wiper action. Here we go. Little bit of sprinkles, like sprinkled sugar. This rattling in my setup it's been really killing me. But we're using the Olympus LSP4 for audio, which I really like. And as near as I could tell, the camera's like super solid, but the microphone picks up everything in the car. It's that sensitive. But I use noise suppression, so that takes care of a lot of it. This is a nice, easy Sunday drive. All the crows out on the baseball field eating up the worms, I think. Temperature is 75 Fahrenheit. I have GPS going on all units. Doesn't really look like super storm clouds, but there's little bits of rain coming down. Here, I'll give you a wipe. There we go. This used to be my racetrack, but not anymore. I'm a good boy now. Except, like this turn, no brakes. Meow. Off to my right is like a little valley down there, and there's some rancheros down there, some ranches. A lot of horse folk around here. To my left is some really nice homes. So far, clear sailing. I'm really prepping for a storm chase. So all this work I'm doing, I've been playing with that rattle like crazy. You go out, you drive, you come back, it rattles. I suppose if I had some headphones, I could probably hear it, but I don't have any headphones. Try and keep the windshield clear for you. Off to my right is Loveland Reservoir. That is a pretty nice place to go fishing from what I hear. I talk to the folks here now and then, but the water is way low. Hopefully this winter it can fill it back up. A couple of years ago, we had those superstorms come through, December, January, I think it was, and it filled up. If you look straight ahead, that whole area down to the right was full of water. And right up here, this was completely full of water. There were all the rocks and everything were underwater. Got some great critter shots here. I actually got 2 tortoises sitting on a log. Never got nothing like that before in the wild. I mean, I got turtles at the zoo, but it's not quite the same thing, eh? Oh, there's still some water left on the right there. I don't know how it gets there. Huh. Should fly my drone over it. Then I get a real good idea. What we could use here is a really good downpour. I don't think that's going to happen today. Maybe later tonight, I think. And then this camera has a 30-minute recording limit. So I have to kind of keep an eye and make sure that we're recording. One thing I like about the OM1 is it puts a big red square around the viewfinder or the back LCD, and you know you're recording. And that one also doesn't have a recording limit. I wonder if I should switch to that camera for the in-car. But that camera gets warm, whereas the M1X has that big old heat sink in it. And it doesn't care about temperatures. This road is pretty rough. If I fix the rattle on this road, then I'm good. Golden, as they say. Yeah, pretty sprinkly. At least it's sprinkling on a clean car, right? Down to the left is a valley. It looks like one complete ranch. Huge place. White picket fences everywhere. Really pretty. There's actually a guy that built a castle. It's off to the right and behind us. I don't remember where I actually got the photograph, but it's crazy. It looks like something straight out of medieval times. The sheriff of Nottingham, he hangs out there. And then, of course, he keeps getting harassed by Robin Hood. We're coming up on a place called Dead Doll Lane, and that's where folks bring their old dolls and they wire them to the barbed wire fence that goes along on both sides of this dirt road driveway. Crazy, spooky. Being there at night, especially, hey, that would be great for a Halloween thing, you know? This is what I call officially the backside of Alpine, California. Here's Dead Doll Lane right here. Yep. And they're all still there. I've photographed that to death. Look at Mr. Crow. Coming through. I don't know if you can hear it, but I have the 410 gear wind. This thing has 410 gears in it. And turning off traction control, this thing, when I had the Texas tune, it would chirp second gear. But after 3 smogs in California, on the 4th one, they finally said that I had to go to a smog referee. I was like, what the heck is that? And he goes, well, you got an illegal tune in the car. Dope! I got caught. It's not like I did it, but anyway. So I had to take it to Ford, and they reprogrammed the car, and now the car does not know that there's 410 gears. So I'm showing 65 on the speedometer, but I'm actually doing 55. Because what I did is I got a Scan Gauge 2. Check that out on the internet. Scan Gauge 2. And I was able to, using the GPS on my phone, I have like a little HUD display for speedometer, and I was able to tune the Scan Gauge so it showed the same miles per hour as the phone did. So now I can see, right now it says 65 on the speedo, but I'm actually doing 55. And I check it now and then with the phone to make sure everything's groovy, which it is. A Mercury Marauder with this chassis, it's such a pleasure to drive. When you go into a turn, it just goes in, and then she just kind of steers her way out. Love this car. Big open space off to the right. Ah, they got cows out there. Uh-oh. Oh, we are not getting caught behind somebody. really slow. Oh my gosh. Dang. Not even doing the speed limit. This happened to me earlier today on a test drive. Got behind some rancher dude in his big old truck. He was doing like 30. Oh man. Oh, pick up the pace. So once again, I gotta back off because on YouTube, you can't be doing stupid things because it's like an admission of guilt. I used to do these racing videos where I'm on the freeway, especially going towards Ocotillo, California, on the freeway going through that canyon. What a racetrack. But I would be saying, oh yeah, I'm doing 122 and this and that, and that's like an admission of guilt right there. So had to pull them. Well, at least I'm getting really good mileage. Oh, come on. I think I might be coming up on my 30-minute mark. See that? 55. I'm doing 40. I had to downshift a gear. I know. It's Sunday. Alright, let's pull over and do a reset on the video cam. Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start and stop. There we go. We're going back again. Oh, a little bit of peel off the gravel there. Got a car coming up behind me who's actually doing the speed limit. Alright, we're good now. Got some cows in the field off to the right. I shot them cows before with my camera. Yep, lots of cars today. And I'm gonna jump these people. I don't know if you've seen some of my videos before, but when I get to rain, like on the freeway, I hardly ever use the windshield wipers. Let's get down to the speed limit. Alright. Yeah, it's Sunday. People aren't even doing the speed limit. But that's okay. They're on their way somewhere. Maybe see some family or something. Not quite a storm chase, but we did get rained on, so. And I find in cooler weather, this car gets really good mileage. Hot weather, not so good. Oh, we got a Crown Vic coming up behind me. Nice. Nice. Thumbs up to each other. Sounds like he's hot rodded it, because I can hear some exhaust. He's an Arizona boy with black Arizona plates. Not sure what that means, but want to wipe? There you go. I think once the car cools up or dries off a little bit at home under the carport, she's gonna get covered today. That would have been fun to run with him. I'd have to stop the camera. Must be it for our rainstorm. Let's go over here and get some smooth freeway. So it just went off the full mark and I went 80 miles, which is pretty good. And for this tank, I'm averaging 19 miles per gallon, which is really good also. Ever since I got these Continental tires, they're quiet, they handle pretty good. Don't handle quite like the Michelin Super Sports, but then that's why they're called a Super Sport. So this guy goes in this fast lane and goes slow. Unbelievable. I was always taught to stay in the right lane. The left lane is for emergencies only, you think? Just my humble opinion. 2,000 feet above sea level. My place is like 1950 feet. And here we go again. Nautilus. Lincoln Nautilus. Not a bad looking SUV. So if I keep going here on this here freeway, it takes me down to San Diego. But we're taking this turn off here, going back home. And that pretty much completes the Alpine Loop. Another Vic. Wow, that one is in rough shape. Nice Expedition. The gold rims. Looks like a Lotus F1 car from back in the 80s. The black and gold John Player Special. Broncos are pretty cool. Back before my back went bad, I really wanted a Bronco instead of my little Ford EcoSport for off-roading. That would have been fun. This is the most maddening light here. That left turn lane out of the freeway just goes forever. Alright, come on, it's my turn now. Yep, here's a yellow. We're next. Today, we are hitting every... Oh, got a green. Yay. I got instant decision. I need some water. And here's the light where we started. My. Never get behind a Subaru if you're one who likes to drive performance-wise. They are the other slow vehicle on the road, in my humble opinion. Man, it's humid today. All right, girlfriend, we're gonna put you in your proper place. Looks like they're watering the street again. All right, maybe I can park her straight this time. And there we are. That was a ride on the Alpine Loop. And as always, I'll see you on the next adventure.